Hey, what's up guys? Jaden here. So just trying out a new type of video format to see how things goes. And yeah, so this will be more like a tutorial based video. And I've received this request from one of the comments in the video. So I thought I just want to make this video for the person who requested it, and hope you like it. So this video, what we're going to do is I'm going to basically show you what I usually use AI to kind of like build kind of any solutions, and it's really a very handy tool. And you can use the chatgpt 3.5. You don't have to subscribe to it, it's entirely free. And yeah, I just want to go through with you live. So I've not prepared anything for this, like I didn't prepare like the script. I'm just going to take you through live on how I use AI specifically for this example to create a bookmarklet. And so if you don't know what the bookmarklet is, right? Okay, let me just shift this here. Okay, so if you don't know what a bookmarklet is, essentially it's a kind of like a quick link. So every single time when you click on something, when you go to Ahrefs, right, there's a lot of things for you to filter. You first need to, there's a lot of steps that you take essentially. So you will need to kind of like put your domain name inside the site explorer. That's the first step. The second step, then if you want to see keywords, you click on keywords. If you want to see backlinks, you click on backlinks, and so on and so forth. Right, so it's kind of like multiple clicks. So a bookmarklet essentially is a shortcut. So what do I mean? So instead of me having to come into Ahrefs and then type in my domain or any other domain and then click on search, wait for the results, there's a few steps. What I do essentially, it's you can just go to the website and you can see here under bookmarklet, right? Instead of like having to type the domain and things like that. So imagine like if you are doing it on a bulk basis, you're not just analyzing one site, you're analyzing like a lot of sites, right? So what you do, essentially how bookmarklet works, it's you simply go over to this bookmarklet that you have created and then just click on it. It's gonna bring you to wherever that you want to show, wherever that you want it to bring you to. And that's how a bookmarklet works. So I'm going to show you how you can kind of like come up with it, kind of like customize the bookmarklet. So you don't need to have any coding because, AI is already around. I am glowing out of my mind. What? All right. So yeah, so I'm going to show you how to do it. So one of the ways, right, it's you can just go to, okay, you definitely first of all need initial bookmarklet first. So I'm going to edit this. So this is the bookmarklet, right? So if I copy this and paste this down, this is essentially what's going on inside here. Okay, so what you can do is essentially you can, all this code, like I don't know how to code, right? So all these are basically, I've created this using another person's bookmarklet and then kind of like customize it based on what I want. So to give you like I think I'm going to just do two examples. One example is this example here, like the very generic, if you just want to find out the kind of like the overview, right? So yeah, so I'm just going to mess with this prompt for a little bit. Let's see, I need help with creating a bookmarklet. And the reason why I'm showing you this, right, is because you don't essentially, instead of giving you the bookmarklet and kind of like the code, which I will also be pasting in the comment section, and then you can use it. But instead of that, if you know how to come up with specific bookmarklets for your own, SEO work, like if you want to like specifically search for keywords that have, I don't know, best in them, right? And you want to create a bookmarklet for that, you can, right? So instead of just showing you or giving you like this code and all the kind of other bookmarklets that I use, I'm just going to show you how you can come up with your customized one. Okay, so I need help with creating a bookmarklet. This is the current bookmarklet. So I'm not sure, and again, you can see I'm doing this on the fly, right? Because I'm not sure if ChatGPT knows what a bookmarklet is. So I need help with creating a bookmarklet. This is the current bookmarklet I have. Okay. And then that consists, because this is JavaScript, so that consists of a JavaScript code. This is the current bookmarklet I have. Okay, I want this. Well, essentially, I've already created this bookmarklet, so you generally don't need this because it is basically this works dynamically, right? So any kind of website they are in, it's going to show you the overview. So I don't think this is a good example, but let's say, for example, if I want to go, just for this backlinks, right? Okay. So the first thing that you need to do, right, is you need to have a initial code first. Okay. You need to have a initial URL here first. So let's say, for example, now I want to create a bookmarklet for backlinks. Every single time when I click on the link, it's going to show me the backlinks, right? So this is the bookmarklet. This is the I create consists of a JavaScript code. This is the current page I have. Okay. Bruh. I need help with creating a bookmark. This is the current page I have. And again, I'm gonna probably gonna screw things up a little bit here and there, but it's fine. This is how I actually do it anyway. And also you will kind of see like what are the struggles and what are the challenges that you face and how to overcome this. So I need help with creating a bookmark that consists of a JavaScript code. This is the current page I have. Yeah, so let's just double check. We copy all of this. Yeah. Okay. I need a JavaScript code to insert in my bookmark section so that every time I go to a different website, the JavaScript code allows me to go to the above view for that website, and we'll kind of see what ChatGPT comes up with. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so it does seems like it knows the bookmarklet. So I'm gonna try this. So what you do is just copy this, and then over here you can just add folder. Actually, just add a bookmark, add a page, and then here we're just gonna do backlinks, right? And then this URL, you just want to paste everything here. Save. Okay. Now when I click on this, it is not working. Okay. It's not working when create a new bookmark, edit the bookmark, paste the JavaScript. You can simply click on bookmark, you open up the address. It's not working. Yeah, it's not working. Okay, let me just go to another website. Let's see. I don't know. Just go to a random site here. Wait, doesn't work. Yeah. It's not working. When I click on the bookmarklet, nothing happens. All right, so here we go. Okay, and then just edit this. I'm gonna paste in the new code. All right, so let's see if this works. Let me just refresh this. Yeah, this still doesn't work, so there must be something wrong. It still doesn't work. All right, so I do not want HTML. So in this case, one thing that I found really helpful, right, it's you can always give the AI an example, and usually when it has an example, it's easier to reference. So yeah, I do not want a HTML, right? So Okay, and sometimes like if you don't want to continue, you kind of feel like the AI is bringing you to a different path already, right? Like it's now bringing me to HTML, right? I don't want to continue this conversation. So what you can do is just simply go over here and just, reset from here, because I don't want it to continue to have HTML inside its language, right? I don't want it to bring up HTML again. I don't want to bring up HTML, right? So it doesn't work. I am going to give you an example that works. Okay, and then what I do is just go in here, edit, and then we're going to copy this. Okay, and then we'll see what it comes up with. Okay, so again, what we're gonna do, URL, save. Okay, so now it's working for this page, but I don't want it to be for this page. I want it to be for backlinks, right? Okay, so what I do is, can you edit the code so it shows this dashboard instead? Wait, why is it not copying the whole thing? Is that the whole? Oh, okay, yeah. All right, and I do not want it to be for this specific site. I want the code, I want the JavaScript to work for all, to work dynamically for all sites, for whichever website I am on. Okay, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, because I do not want it to just appear for this. Okay, so now we copy, and now we edit, save. Okay, and voila, there we go. So now I've just created like one for backlinks, right? And how long did we take? Like less than 15 minutes, right? So essentially that's how you can, come up with your own bookmarklet. You can create a folder here. So for example, you can create like add folder, and then you can, name it like quick views, bookmarklet, or like, I don't know, whatever that you want to name it to, right? And then you can park all your bookmarklets that you've created under the bookmarklets. So every single time when you go to a website and you want to check, like let's say for example the backlinks, you want to immediately go and take a look at the backlinks, you can just click on the backlink section, and this shows you all the backlinks, right? And if you want to do like, so I'm just for this video, right, to really bring it home, like you can see how easy it is to customize the bookmarklet. And essentially you can kind of like, you don't need to know coding, right? And I'm going to just show one more example that is more, how to say, slightly more advanced. What if you need something else, right? Let's say for example, one thing that I usually like to do is I like to qualify a lot of links when I'm vetting for a link to build from. So if you have not checked out my link vetting video, do check it out, because I think vetting links, it's deciding what kind of links you want for your project is very important, I feel. So if you have not checked that video out, yeah, please go and check it out. And if you like what you see and hear so far, and if you think that this is helpful, could you just, like the video, and if you've not subscribed, just subscribe. I love doing videos like this. And yeah, if you have any questions, right, or you found something that could make this process better, just leave a comment. Just leave a comment, let me know. And yeah, so what if you want to do something more technical, not more technical but slightly more advanced, right? Like it's not just the regular profiles here. What if you want to filter out by best links and whatnot, right? And do take note, your bookmarklet will also not work if the dashboard of or the URL slugs here, depending on how Ahrefs changes the structure, right? How they set their structuring up, right? So if their structuring changes, for example, now if it's a V3, it's no longer V2, then your bookmarklet will not work. But all you have to do is just basically do the same thing, right? Go over to the dashboard that you want to create, come up with the URL, right? And then just give it to ChatGPT, ask ChatGPT to basically create a JavaScript based off on the URL that you have given it. So what if you want to do something slightly more different, right? So let's say, for example, anchors. Excuse me. So a lot of times I like to check if the outgoing links that they are linking to, do they have like any kind of like casino links, for example. So let's say casino, right? So you can imagine like the things that you need to do. You need to type in the name, you need to go to link domains, and you need to click on casino, and then you need to search, and then that's just for one site. So imagine like you're doing it for multiple sites. It's going to take you a lot of time. So what you do is, again, you need to come up with the initial URL slug first. Okay. So once this is the page, you have done the search already. This is the initial URL slug. Copy this, okay, and then go over to ChatGPT, and you essentially just give it the same thing. And I'm not sure if this is helpful, but I can leave the code in the comment. I can leave just I think the first code in the comment, and you can just use that as a reference. Yeah. So okay, so one thing with AI, right, it's after you learn what worked, you kind of want to repeat and give it the same thing. So in this case, you can see I want the JavaScript to work dynamically, right? Because initially I mentioned, can I edit the code? It gives me the code, but it's for this website. And then I want to make it work dynamically, and then it gives me. So instead of that, I'm just going to combine these two, right? So can you edit this? Can you for this dashboard instead? And then I'm just going to, let's go back. So this is the dashboard I want to see. I want to see if their outgoing links, do they link to any casino websites? Copy and paste. Okay, and then I want the JavaScript to work. Okay, and let's go. Let's try it out. This should work. All right, so it is still showing me. Okay, so I'm just going to try. I don't know if it's going to work, right? So again, everything is just trial and error, right? Okay, and let's say check for casino links. Okay, and now there you go. Easy. So this is one way of how you can, and then let's make sure that it's not just working for this site. Yeah, it works. So you can see how easy it is to just come up with, using AI to come up with like customized bookmarklets. And yeah, you can use this to save a lot of time for yourself. Don't have to go around checking out what others are using for their bookmarklet. Essentially, you can create your own. And if you are using any kind of tool, I believe this will also work for any kind of tools. If you have like SEMrush, for example, and you want to create a bookmarklet for SEMrush, I believe the steps are the same, right? So instead of copying this URL from Ahrefs, you're just copying the link from SEMrush, whichever tool that you have using with. I personally use Ahrefs a lot. I've not tried this for SEMrush, but I do believe that it should be accessible. And if you tried it, let me know if this works for SEMrush. I'm also very interested to see if this works for like other popular SEO tools such as like Moz, for example. Right? So yeah, that's essentially how you can create like customized bookmarklets. So if you do have any questions, please feel free to leave it in the comment section. I will try my best to answer as much as possible. And if you really watch until this part here and you like what you see, something new, please give the video a like, subscribe, and I'll post more of this type of videos where it's less edited and more, kind of like tutorial. And also I believe there's a lot of benefit towards like showing you the roadblocks I personally meet and then overcoming those, because when you're working on a solution, you're probably gonna meet a lot of roadblocks or a lot of obstacles along the way. And some of these, if you have some kind of reference, you will know how to overcome them, right? So yeah, hope you like this video. Just stay safe, take care, chase progress, not perfection.